What's up, metalheads, and welcome back to the Full Metal Geek Tournament. We are still here in round number 1. This is a very interesting match, especially for myself, because this isn't my little bracket. This is a possible round 2 opponent for me, so I'm very excited to see what happens. I am your host, the Red Ranger, Navy RL Jr. With me, as always, waiting to see who's going to challenge him next, is my cohort and the champion, Robert the Hopper Parker. Robert, this is the first actual tournament match I get to be in, so how's it been so far, and how are you looking forward to this match?
There have been some really close, really tense, nail-biting matches. There's been ones that have been low-scoring, high-scoring, close, far apart. It has been exactly what you want out of a tournament so far, and this one I'm expecting is going to be no different. I'm very excited. We got Sandy and Eli, two veterans of this game, both whose records are probably a little bit deceiving compared to their actual knowledge. Sandy has had more success, challenge for the belt. Eli has not had success, but I do believe that anything can happen, because these guys' knowledge is really impressive.
Absolutely. You see two of these guys go up against each other. It's crazy when people of this skill level get each other in round 1, because, each of these guys, you would hope something of their skill level would end up each other in round 2. But you know what? You guys get a nice special round 2 treat here in round 1. Let's go ahead and talk to those guys real quick. Let's start real quick with Sandy. He's the higher ranked competitor. Sandy right now, as soon as he gets on, and his manager as well. Sandy, welcome back, my brother. You're back here again. You've challenged for the belt before. You're back here again for another chance to try to get there. You did think about retiring, but you came back because you were like, you know what? No, I want another shot at Robert. I want another chance at this tournament. So how are you feeling going in there tonight?
I feel pretty good. All things, considered, it's, tournaments are, anybody who watches the NHL understands that all you have to do is get into the playoffs and anything can happen. A number 8 seed can beat a number 1 seed and go forward. I did watch your guys' bracket breakdown. Happy to see that one person on the crew here thought I was going to make it by there. Parker. But I know that he's just afraid, because I took him the farthest in the championship match than anybody else has. But no, in all things considered, yeah, I did, consider retiring from Geek, but I really want Robert. I really want to play him. I want to give him my best game. I want to take his best game and let the chips fall. If I lose, then I lose. And I know for a matter of fact that Robert's just that good. I know that already, but I want to know. I shit the bed in round 1, and I really hate that happened. So I want back in it. If I got to go through Eli to get it, then that's just the way it is. Eli's a great guy. He's due. Like, he's really due. So I mean, there wasn't anything about that part in the breakdown that I did not agree with, because Eli is probably one of the best players that has one of the worst records in Geek that there is. So happy to play him again. I've beat him once before in this format. So thumbs up, cross fingers, thumbs up.
All right, and now we give Nico over here, Sandy's manager. Nico, you got about 30 seconds.
He can do it as long as he needs to, man. It's not.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
So it's interesting because we have a former client of mine in Eli taking on my current client in Sandy, and both of them have faced Robert for titles in different leagues, and that just shows you the caliber of players that they are. So you're in for an exciting match here tonight. But Eli, for whatever reason, his record just doesn't show how good he is in this particular format. Meanwhile, Sandy's kind of does, or at least it shows better than Eli's record does. And I feel like this match is going to come down to who wants it more in this moment right now and who doesn't get in their own head. I know for a fact that Eli, when I did manage him, I had to give him a couple pep talks during the match from time to time to help keep him level-headed, and that helped him get to the Phantom TV Championship. But he doesn't have really anyone in his corner right now. It's all on him. Meanwhile, I'm here to back Sandy up in case he needs some backing up, but I don't think he'll need too much help because he's a professional, and he always is. So here's to a good match, gentlemen.
Absolutely. And on the other side of things, we have the man coming in here 1-4. We had to retest him to make sure that he still had what it takes to compete in this tournament. But he did incredible in testing, so of course he's still here. He's got that knowledge. That record is just so misleading. We have Eli McCaig. Eli, your manager couldn't make it tonight, but how are you feeling?
Man, I am feeling like this is a make it or break it match. As you all saw in my last match against RJ, one of the hosts, I said that the next match I have, if I lose, I'm going to be retiring. So I think it's fitting that if this is my last match, then it's against someone that I have fought before. And I'm going to try to make sure that this isn't my last match, because I've always, you look at my matches, there's always, almost always in singles, round 3, final question, directors, composers. So I made sure for this match, I looked at every single movie in every single category, and I was looking at who directed it, who composed it, who directed it, who composed it. I made sure that I made sure that I can have all that knowledge in my head. And in the end, Sandy and Nico are right. The person who's going to be winning it is going to be the person that wants it the most. And not only in fandom fights, but here I have been studying like I've never studied before, because I want to make sure that I can prove people wrong. Because people automatically assume whenever they see me go up against someone like Sandy, or go all the way in fandom fights against him, that the moment the match starts, I'm going to lose. So, no, I'm going to make sure that I push Sandy as hard as I can, because in the end, I want this more than Sandy. Sure, Sandy said that he didn't retire because he wants to go up against Robert again. Well, I have never once quit from the beginning, and not even halfway. So after this match, if I lose, I'm 1-5. That takes me into a less likely position to get a title. So it's more fair for me to retire then. But as of right now, I am going to make sure that I get what I want, because I want it more than anyone in this tournament. And I don't care who I have to go through. I don't care who I'm going to have to prove wrong, because in the end, this is the showman's time, and the showman is ready to steal show.
I don't know about you, Robert. I'm terrified.
Yeah, me too. I'm very scared. All right, so without any further ado, let's just hop right in. You want me to rock through rules for round 1?
I'm going to try to see if I can beat you. Time me.
All right,
gentlemen. We are going to start with round number 1. Round number 1 works like this. Each viewer is going to get 10 questions throughout the world of Geek. Each question is worth 1 point. You're going to get 15 seconds to write down your answer. Once 15 seconds is up, you will review your answer and vocalize it. No penalty for any correct answers. Anybody gets a perfect 10, you will be awarded a bonus points. Keep in mind, for the entire match, you have 3 repeats and 1 challenge rule. Robert, is that everything?
Yep, 21 seconds.
All right, we'll try it next time.
That's not bad. All right.
All right.
All right, so Sandy and Eli, if you are both ready, I think I'll just start you off with your first question. In the category of Middle Earth, who plays Lord Elrond in the Middle Earth series?
Robert, if you met the Lord, would you just be so dumbfounded that you would actually do the right thing, or do you think you'd be like that guy, what's that?
I would say something really embarrassing. 5, 4, 3, 2,
Repeat.
1. Okay, Sandy can use his first repeat. Your question: who plays Lord Elrond in the Middle Earth series?
I'm not gonna lie, I'd go for the high five.
Yeah, I believe it. That's the kind of thing.
I'd go for the high five. I'd be like, what's up? Nobody? Nothing? Okay.
Nope, absolutely nothing. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's down. I'm going to go to Sandy first.
Nothing. I know it. I just don't know it.
Okay. And Eli?
This man who's been in so many Geek things, I'm wondering how people don't know him. Hugo Weaving.
It is Hugo Weaving.
Yep.
That is correct for 1 point.
All right, gentlemen, your next question is in the category of the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In The Incredible Hulk, Samuel Stearns goes by what alias? Be specific when he's communicating with Bruce Banner online. What is his alias?
Well, I wouldn't have told him that.
Oh, well,
5.
I did, so I'm sorry.
It didn't matter.
3, 1, pens down. Eli first.
Mr. Blue.
And Sandy?
Mr. Blue.
Nice job, guys.
This is why I don't write questions.
Your next one in the category of Worlds of DC. When Diana is looking at the metahuman research in Batman v Superman, whose file does she open first?
Again, not as bad as, I don't think it's as bad as everyone else thinks it is.
It's still as bad in 2019 as it was in March of 2016.
Listen, my wife said it. And she loves Wonder Woman.
Sue?
It doesn't hold up.
1, pens down. All right, Sandy, where do you first?
Cyborgs.
Well, that is incorrect. Eli?
Aquaman.
That is also incorrect. We're looking for Flash. It was Flash,
Very
then Aquaman, then Cyborg.
Flash, 100-yard dash. All right, gentlemen, we go into the next category, which is Star Wars. The Wars of the Stars that have wars. What is Leia's home planet? I have no comment.
Is Mars your home planet? 5, 4, 3,
It might be.
1, pens down. And Eli.
Alderaan.
And Sandy?
I also said Alderaan, but I can make an argument for another
Oh,
one.
you're both correct.
Don't worry, Sandy. I was in the same mindset when I read the answer. That's why I was like, I have no comment. I was like, I don't want to say nothing.
All right, your next question is in the category of Wizarding World. What broom does Harry ride in Quidditch in the Sorcerer's Stone?
Quidditch. I wish I could play.
What position would you play?
Oh, Seeker. Absolutely 100 times Seeker.
Really? That's interesting.
No, I'm actually like really good at like catching insects. Like no joke. Like I can like usually kill bugs out of thin air. So I'm always like, I'd probably be a good Seeker.
The bug killer Renee Villarreal Jr. 1,
There you go.
pens down. Sandy, what'd you have?
Nimbus 2000.
And Eli?
Nimbus 2000.
Nice job, guys. Both correct.
All right, keeping pace here as we keep going. We get into the second half of this round, which starts with the category of DC. So DC outside of the DCEU. What DC character previously had the name Dr. Alec Holland before an accident? Robert, would you rather be a superhuman by accident or by choice?
I think most of them are by accident, so I'm going to go with that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, and Eli first.
Swamp Thing.
And Sandy?
I went a different way. I said Dr. Manhattan.
Ooh, Swamp Thing was correct, though you did have a DC villain who was in an accident, or DC character.
Yes.
Swamp Thing was correct. Eli goes up 5-3. Your next question is in the category of directors and composers. Who has composed the score for the most Wizarding World films?
We put this under questions RJ would not be able to answer ever.
This be one of those Lloyd the Moose rounds?
Oh, yeah, I'd be drawing him as fast as I could.
5, 4,
Or I'd take a really
3,
funny guess.
2, 1. Pens down. Yeah, the classic Caleb Coho guess. Let's see. Sandy, what you have?
I have nothing.
And Eli?
I'm probably wrong because I think the right answer just popped in my head. I just said James Newton Howard.
That is incorrect, unfortunately. It was John Williams.
Well,
Yeah.
I was going to put it down. I'm like, no, it's not him.
Williams did the first 3.
When in doubt, write it out.
Legitimately, once I finished it and you ended the countdown, John Williams popped in my head. I was like, crap, too late.
No, it's my
Hey,
first
gentlemen,
guess.
your next question is in another category that RJ would never know the answer to ever, and that is Star Trek. The trekking of stars, the stars that have treks on them. Which Trek film opens with dozens of members of the Romulan Senate being assassinated? I would assassinate whoever came up with Star Trek. I'd take it away from all of you.
Gene Roddenberry, you're just going to take him out of the knees.
Oh, yeah.
5, 4,
Drop kick him in the kneecap.
2, 1. Hands down. Eli, which have?
I said Star Trek Nemesis.
And Sandy?
It is Star Trek Nemesis.
It is Star Trek Nemesis. That is correct.
Oh, my studying has helped.
All right. 2 more questions. In the category of Marvel. In Venom, who plays Anne, a district attorney and Eddie's ex-fiance?
I have finally seen this movie.
And what's the verdict?
Eh.
That's fair. Honestly, that's fair.
Honestly it.
Made a lot of money.
Wish they would have kept the Tom Holland cameo.
5.
It was awesome
4,
all the way
3,
through.
2, 1. Pens down. Come to Sandy first.
Michelle Williams.
And Eli?
The great actress Michelle Williams.
That is correct. Nice job, guys. Last question.
Yes, this will be your last question, as nobody will be getting a perfect round here. So your ultimate question, because he got to say penultimate, so I'm going to say ultimate. The category of quotes. Finish the quote from Fellowship of the Wing. I said wing. I
Of
don't
the
know
Wing.
why. I'm going to start over
Fellowship of
again.
the Wing. Leave it in.
Finish the quote from Fellowship of the Ring. When did Saruman the Wise abandon reason for blank? Great quote. Excellent quote.
I definitely didn't watch this movie last night.
I don't believe you.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll come to Eli first.
Power?
That is incorrect. Sandy, what'd you have?
At least Eli and I were on the exact same page. I said power as well.
We're looking for madness. Saruman the Wise abandoned reason for madness. All right, so at the end of round 1, I have the score of Eli at 7 to Sandy's 5, just a 2-point game. Is that right, RJ?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. All right, well, I get the screen up. I'm going to have RJ give us our round 2 rules.
Absolutely, gentlemen. Round 2 is going to work like this. Each of you is going to get a spin at the wheel that Robert is going to bring up. Whatever category it lands on, you will receive 5 questions from it that are each worth 2 points. You are allowed to go to multiple choice. However, that will take the value down to 1. You are allowed one respin unless you land on villain's pick. Keep in mind, gentlemen, there is stealing in this round, so be prepared. If your opponent misses a question, you can steal the answer. So now that Robert has the wheel up, Eli, since you are in the lead, Robert is going to read off the categories to you, and then you will decide whether you would like to spin first or defer to Sandy.
Okay, sorry. Yep, I forgot Eli was in the lead, so I probably didn't need to bring Nico in, but it's fine. So your categories are Star Trek, MCU, DC, Mixed Bag, Star Wars, Directors, Composers, Heroes, Villains, Wizarding World. And then, of course, Heroes and Villains pick. So based on those categories, Eli, would you like to spin first or second?
I spoke with my manager before this match even started to get a strategy plan. He said if I was ahead, I'd go first, so I'm spinning first.
Okay, your first spin is in. And it lands on Star Wars. What would you like to do with Star Wars?
I want to spin again.
Okay, can you use a respin? And you are stuck with this category then, and it is Hero's Pick. It is a spinner's choice, whatever you would like.
MCU.
Okay. And I will read you your questions in the category of MCU for Eli. Okay. All right, here we go. In Age of Ultron, Bruce deduces that the brand on Claw's neck means what in Wakandan?
Multiple choice.
Okay, your options are A, murderer, B, bandit, C, traitor, or D, thief.
Murderer.
That is incorrect. Chance for a 1-point steal from Sandy. Your options again are A, murderer, B, bandit, C, traitor, or D, thief.
I believe it's thief.
It is thief. That is correct for a 1-point steal. All right, Eli, your second question. What body of water did the opening action sequence of The Winter Soldier take place on?
Multiple choice.
Okay, your options are A, the Indian Ocean, B, the Red Sea, C, the Mediterranean Sea, or D, the Atlantic Ocean?
Indian Ocean.
Correct for 1 point. All right, 3 more. Which magazine does Christine Everhart say she works for in Iron Man?
Vanity Fair magazine.
That's correct for a big 2 points. What sitcom does Quill reference in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 when talking about his unspoken thing with Gamora?
Multiple choice.
Okay, your options are A, Three's Company, B, Family Ties, C, Happy Days, or D, Cheers.
Three's Company.
That is incorrect. Sandy, your options again are A, Three's Company, B, Family Ties, C, Happy Days, or D, Cheers.
I'm sorry, and Eli cut out. I didn't hear what he said. I don't get to know that. Okay.
I mean, if he cut out, I don't think it's a big deal. Just tell him.
Yeah, it's not, because if he legitimately didn't hear his answer, that's
Yeah,
not against him. That's a technical thing. So he said company. He said Three's Company.
Yep, he said A.
Thank you. I almost didn't hear RJ say it. Can I get the choices one more time? Thanks.
Yep, your options are A, Three's Company, B, Family Ties, C, Happy Days, or D, Cheers.
I think it's Family Ties.
That is also incorrect. We're actually looking for Cheers.
Really?
Okay, and your final question, Eli. What agency does Jimmy Woo work for in Ant-Man and the Wasp?
FBI.
That is correct for another 2 points. So Eli does pretty good with that category. Getting a decent
Absolutely. But Sandy, if he plays it smart, Sandy can easily catch up this match, maybe even take the lead.
Yep, so after that round, Eli is up to 12 points to Sandy's 6, is what I have.
Yes.
And now perfect. Now we are at Sandy's spin at the wheel. All right, Sandy. Your first spin is in. And it is Hero's pick.
Ooh, what are you feeling, buddy?
I mean, I'd like to play it relatively safe and go Star Trek. Wizarding World is on there as well. I don't know. I think Star Trek's the right way to go.
Go with your gut, man. Go with your gut. Go with what'll make you happy.
All right, we'll go Star Trek.
Okay. And RJ,
Strength for strength.
if you will read Sandy's.
Yes, of course. We're all going to make me read these questions that I can pronounce barely half the words and have never seen any of them.
There are a couple weird. If you need me to hop into some character names, I will.
No, I should be able to go.
Okay.
All right. And your first question in the category of Star Trek, which you know I hate. Where does Ensign Sill keep the Abernath hidden in Star Trek Beyond?
Inside of her skull.
We can accept that for 2 points.
Correct for 2 points.
All right, your next question. What race is Ilia? Am I saying that right?
Ilea.
Ilea. What race is Ilea in Star Trek the Motion Picture?
She's Deltan.
That's correct for another 2 points. Your next question.
And super hot, by the way.
I'm sure she is. Question number 3. Who plays Admiral Catherine Janeway in Star Trek Nemesis?
Kate Mulgrew.
2 more big points and tie the game with Eli. All right, still 2 more questions to go in Star Trek. Number 4. Which member of the Enterprise crew is apprehended aboard a nuclear vessel in the voyage home?
Don't you mean a nuclear vessel? That would be Pavel Chekhov.
That is correct for 2 points. And your final question. What duty did... Sorry,
Guinan.
Robert, help me out.
Guinan.
Guinan?
Sorry, okay.
Guinan.
Close enough.
I'm going to go with Sandy.
I'm going to go with
What
Sandy.
duty did Guinan perform on the Enterprise D in Star Trek Generations?
She is the bartender in 10 Forward.
And that is a perfect round for Sandy in Star Trek. 2 more points. Wow.
Up 4 points, currently 16 to Eli's 12, but of course anything can happen in round 3. It is a crazy round, and RJ is going to explain it.
All right, gentlemen, round 3 is going to work like this. We bring up another wheel. This wheel only has 6 categories. Each of you will get 3 spins at it, 1 for 2 points, 1 for 3 points, 1 for 5 points. You will answer each of those questions and get the point value for it. If you hit them, you won't get anything if you miss them. The person below will answer questions until they take the lead, or I believe tie, correct, Robert?
No, you have to take the lead.
You have to take the lead. That's the decision we made. Keep in mind, gentlemen, you are allowed 1 respin in this round for the entire round. So if you don't like a 3-pointer, you can respin. However, you cannot respin on the 5. And that's it. Yep, that's it. Oh, and yes. Well, remember, a category can be done more than once as long as it is a different point value.
Yep. So Eli, or it's going to be the same categories for all of you, but Eli, your 2-point spin is going to come first. So your categories are Wizarding World, Mixed Bag, Star Wars, Worlds of DC, Heroes and Villains, and Quotes.
Oh, sure. Throw me a bone.
All right. So Eli,
Mixed Bag is your bone. That's everybody's bone. Everyone gets
yeah. Correct. All right, Eli, your 2-point spin is in. And lands on Star Wars.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Do you want me to switch?
Yep.
Switch
RJ, if you want to do it.
All right, no problem. Let me just get down to that real quick. Getting there. All right, thought I was. Nope. Sorry, clicked the wrong link. My bad. I'm a professional. This is not happening right now. I'm just stalling for time. All right, Eli, your 2-point question in the category of Star Wars. Where do Luke and R2-D2 go after the fight on Tatooine at the start of Return of the Jedi?
Dagobah.
That is correct for 2 points.
Absolutely correct.
He does still need to answer his 3, though, to take the lead, so we go back to Eli for another spin.
Yep. Bring Le Wheel back up.
I was saying you were throwing me a bone because directors and composers isn't on there.
Unfortunately, it was not randomized to be on this time.
I'm not gonna lie, it was hilarious. So we didn't want to laugh at you when you brought it up.
That's
That
true.
like it didn't make it this time.
All right, Eli, your 3-point spin to take the lead is in, and this one lands on Heroes and Villains.
I'm gonna go with it.
Okay.
All right, let me get to where I am. I apologize for the sound in the background. It is feeding time for the cats. All right, your 3-point question in the category of Heroes and Villains. In Venom, who plays the villainous scientist Carlton Drake?
Riz Ahmed.
3 points and the lead.
So Eli currently has a 1-point lead over Sandy. So if Sandy answers his 2, he will take that lead back.
Yes.
Yes. All right. 17-16. Sandy, I'm gonna throw him in there. Bring the wheel back up. Sandy, your 2-point spin now is in, and of course, Star Wars is off the wheel because we have used the 2-point question. You get quotes.
Oh boy, it's 2 points. But what are you thinking, Sandy?
Yeah, I'll take it as quotes. It's got to be a recognizable quote at a 2-pointer, right? So I think spinning again, I could get something really garbage on the 3-pointer, so I'd rather take it on the 2.
Good choice.
Yeah, I'll take quotes.
Sure. All right. So Sandy, your 2-pointer in quotes. What DC film features the quote, "Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb"?
The Dark Knight Rises.
That is incorrect. We were looking for Batman 66 or Batman the movie. Adam West Batman. Okay, so we're going to stick with Sandy for your 3-point spin. Still take the lead. Okay, your 3-point spin is in, and of course, Heroes and Villains is off the table here. And you land on Star Wars.
I mean,
You're good at Star Wars.
Star Wars.
I would suggest keeping it.
All right, I'll take Nico's advice this time, and I'll stick with Star Wars.
Okay. Your 3-pointer in Star Wars. Here we go. How does R2-D2 convince Luke to help train Rey in The Last Jedi?
keep in mind you still have 2 repeats.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat.
Okay. One of those remaining. And your question again. How does R2-D2 convince Luke to help train Rey in The Last Jedi?
He shows her the Princess Leia message from A New Hope.
That is correct for 3 points. That is correct.
Whew.
Now,
All right,
repeat.
ladies and gentlemen, so here's where we're at. We are back to Eli. Eli has now his 5-point spin in, which he does still have a respin if he chooses to use it. If he hits this, he will send it back to Sandy and force him to hit his 5-pointer. If he misses, Sandy will win and be moving on to round 2 of the tournament.
All right, Eli, your 5-point spin is in. And it lands on Worlds of DC.
I'm taking it.
All right. Gonna stick with that.
All right, Eli, for 5 points, stay in the game, force it back to Sandy. In Worlds of DC, in Shazam, what was the first name of Billy's biological mother? Keep in mind, you do have all 3 of your repeats left.
5, 4.
Repeat.
All right, then use the first repeat.
In Shazam, what was the first name of Billy's biological mother?
Five,
Repeat.
3.
Second repeat. In Shazam, what is the first name of Billy's biological mother?
Well, Sandy, this is either going to keep on going or this is my last match in Full Metal Geek because there's only one name popping in my head. Marion.
And
And
your
your winner, Sandy the Sandman Robinson.
final
We
score.
were looking for Rachel.
Rachel.
Rachel was the name we were looking for. Wow, that was a tough
Tense.
match right there. That was tense. That came down to 5 pointers. And honestly, we would have it no other way when it comes to these matches.
Absolutely, yeah. That is exactly what we want to see. That's exactly what we expected. Just a slugfest between these two. We know that their knowledge is incredible. Sandy is going to be moving on. We're going to hear from Eli first. Eli, you had a really good round 1, 7 points. And then you got Spinner's Choice, chose to go for MCU, a category that has been getting deeper and deeper. Looking back now in hindsight, would you have gone for a different category, or do you stand by your decision?
I stand by my decision because after each time, it was legitimately one of the things of after I answered it, I was confident with all of my answers. Legitimately, every single time I got the first one, I was always thinking of my second choice, and my second choice was always the right choice. When I said murderer, the next thing I had, once you brought it over to Sandy, I was like, it's thief. Once I said Three's Company and you brought it over to Sandy, I was like, it's Cheers. It was literally, I knew the answers, but I didn't know them when I needed to know them. And that was the main thing. I knew the answers. It was just not at the time when I needed them.
Yeah, absolutely. So your current record is sitting at 1-5. You are done for this season for sure. But of course, we're going to be testing at the start of next season. I'm sure you'll be included with the testing batch. We couldn't get rid of you this easily last time. Do you think you'll test again for next season?
I mean, 1-5. I honestly don't know how to come back from that. Even if it's one of those things where you have this big tournament and you're just having multiple matches where if I make it through round 1, 2, and 3, like all of a sudden 1-5 becomes 2-5 and 3-5. Honestly, I don't know. This could legitimately be the last you see of Eli McCaig in Full Metal Geek. And if so, then that's unfortunate because I really wanted to go up against you, Robert, in Full Metal Geek because I never had. I've gone up against you in fandom. I've never gone up against you in Full Metal Geek, and so that's just one of the things where I'm unfortunately not going to be able to put on my bucket list, and that's the sad thing. And again, if this is the last of me, then I'm going to say it wasn't the greatest run, but I mean, when we look at my opponents, Kevin Smets, RJ, and Caleb in that triple threat, Sandy twice, RJ, I mean, I feel like I can say I got beaten by some of the best in Full Metal.
Absolutely, yeah. I don't think knowledge-wise, nobody doubts your knowledge. I really do think, some of it was just bum luck, and some of it was just the questions weren't exactly in your wheelhouse in certain categories that are in your wheelhouse, but you got nothing to be ashamed of, and, we hope to see you in the future, man.
And again, if you don't, then I do wish that I could become part of something behind the scenes, because I still want to stay connected to Full Metal Geek. I don't know how, but I mean, I would want to do whatever I can to stay connected with Full Metal Geek, because I love Geek and I love Full Metal. I love being a part of this. But again, if this is the end, I would want to continue to contribute in something.
Yeah, absolutely. And we appreciate that so much. So that was Eli McCaig. And now we're going to go over to our winner today with a tight game, a perfect round two. You were looking a little bit unsteady in round one. You got your footing in round two. How are you feeling today, Sandy?
I'll tell you this, before I say anything about myself, Eli should not retire. Eli, that 17 points in a loss, come on. I mean, we all go through stints. I mean, I was on a 2-game, 3-game losing streak in Geek. It happens. I wanted to retire too, but you just got to jump back up on it. You've got the knowledge, you got the skill. You should be a part of this league. So that's all I'm going to say. Eli, you're a hell of a competitor. Don't give it up yet. Try again. You'll get there. Hugo Weaving, I hate that son of a bitch. He every single time, I can never remember his name. I can see every single movie he's in, and I can just never see his name. It just always messes me up when I do it. But you know what? You getting out around 150%. Okay, it could have been worse. Could have been better. Happy about that. Star Trek, it's my thing. I love Star Trek. So that was great. Getting that steal really did help me, my confidence right off the bat in round number 1. So that was a good shot for that one. Messing up that round 2 or that round 3 first question almost did me in because I couldn't for the life of me figure out what the answer to that second question was, and it came to me after the repeat. So I mean, I'm happy. I'm a little less so knowing who I'm going to face next in this thing, or potentially could face next. But I had a lot of fun. It was I've had a day today, so it's nice to win.
My turn. I guess I'll say some things too. This game, there are times where I think we all want to treat it like a sprint, but then we always remember at the end that it's a marathon. That applies to both a singular match and an entirety of a person's career. And in this case, Sandy started off not the way he probably wanted to. But he found his footing in round 2 and then was able to just keep the momentum going in round 3. And it got him the win. And yeah, I'm very thankful that we're moving on in the tournament, especially considering, I won't say the specific details, but behind the scenes, it's just been a weird day. So to end on a high note is a pretty good deal for Sandy and for myself. I don't want this to be Eli's last match, though, so I'm going to call an audible. Could you please bring him back on screen real quick? I have a request for him. Eli, your record does not match how good you truly are. You have fought hard in pretty much every league you've competed in, and you've been able to compete for multiple titles in multiple mediums of trivia, let alone in multiple leagues. And I know earlier this year, when you were still on that losing streak, you were thinking, like, even before this, you were going to retire. And you told me that if you did end up losing that particular match, you would want to face me in an exhibition because, I've made improvements, but I still haven't gotten that shot either to compete here because I can't get past the audition process. So I have a request. Earlier this year, as part of my Trivia for Thon drive, the Full Metal Geek guys were kind enough to give me an exhibition match versus Harley, Boric under the stipulation that whoever won would get a spot on the seasonal roster. I blew that opportunity, but I'd like to see if we can make it happen again for this coming January. What do you say, Eli? You versus me, exhibition, winner gets a spot in next season's roster.
I mean, you don't have to twist my arm. I mean, I'll do it.
Can we make it happen, boys? Can we make it happen?
RJ and I will talk depending on the actual roster prize, but an exhibition I see no problem with. So,
Yeah, exhibition, no problem.
Yeah.
But
last
Robert, if you don't
thing,
mind, I have to ask, just because being potentially on the other side of
that's what I was
Sandy
going to ask next. Yeah.
at this point, Sandy, I'm going to be the guy to ask you, who do you want to see in the second round? Do you want to see your good old buddy RJ, or would you like to see Nazario Montenegro on the other side of that screen?
Well, okay. So are we looking for honest answers, or are we looking for RJ's my buddy answer?
No, honest answer.
RJ, you push me too hard. You really do. You push me too hard. I don't see you not winning against Nazario. So I see you beating Nazario. But I've played Nazario twice in Geek and Fandom, I think, too, and beat him already. So I mean, for a challenge, yeah, I want to face you because you're like that voodoo doll that you've got a picture of me in there and you're stabbing it every time we play, and I just shit the bed every time. But I want the best player. So whoever wins that match, I'll be happy to play. I just want the best opportunity because you're not going to beat Robert Parker if you just walk through a bunch of, easy matches and just get through it. So I want as much challenge as possible because the greatest challenge of all is sitting.
Well, I can tell you right now, if you didn't see the breakdown, me and Robert had this discussion earlier. I may pick Nazario to win, but all I ever want is the chance to play the people I want to play. Sandy, you're my buddy. We haven't played in a long time in this category when it comes to it. And I'm not going to lie to Nazario. Ask Caleb, ask Nico, ask Jeremy. When someone puts something in my way that I actually want, sometimes there's a little switch that turns on in me that makes me just a little bit better than I usually am.
So don't offer you any toys then.
No, I'm just saying I want to play Sandy. So now that that's on the table, I'm just saying I hope to see you in the second round. That's all I'm saying.
May the best person win.
All
It'll
right.
probably be Nazario. I'm going to try.
And with that, from everybody here at Full Metal Geek, thank you all so much for watching. Do all that stuff you're supposed to do at the end of a YouTube video. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and we will see you next week as we continue round 1 of this tournament.